Good morning, everyone. This is Mossy Oak 404 here. Today I would like to share with you the new portable shooting bench that I made last week. And last Sunday I was able to take it out down to the farm and try it out and see how it works. So we'll do a little bit of a review on the bench that I made here. So the material used here is oak plywood. It's 3/4 inch, and we've got steel water tubing for legs, and this top rail is 5/8 inch square pine dowling rail being used here for when you're set up, after you're fired, if you're laying your casings on and stuff, and nothing's going to roll off the side and into the grass or the weeds or wherever you may be set up. So I'm going to back up here a little bit and go over materials used and the tools that I used in this construction of this shooting bench. And you can see it's the cutout here is for a left-handed shooter. And you can do just the opposite if for a right-handed shooter. So right now let's back up to the tools that I used, and we'll cover that, and then we'll come back to the bench. Okay, one of the first tools is I've got a drywall T-square, which came in handy making my lines and stuff going across, and it helped me mark off the screwing on the bench top, which I placed a screw every 8 inches, and put a few extra here and there on certain corners, just for added support and screwing the two pieces together on the oak plywood. Use my circular saw to make the initial cut, cutting the 4x4 sheet of oak plywood. I don't have a tabletop saw, so I had to use my circular saw. I got some Irwin clamps here after I cut the 4x4 sheet of plywood in half and put the two pieces together, lined them up. I clamped it down and commenced to screwing the two top pieces together. And I screwed them with drywall screws. These are a number 8 coarse drywall screw, and they are 1.25 inches long. And of course we've got a tape measure that you'll need. A couple drills, a battery drill and my electric drill. The screw tip I use is the regular PH2. Use a good one. That's like the ones I use are made by put out by DeWalt. Really like them. I feel they're strong and the tips don't wear off on them as fast as some of these other cheaper ones. I got my miter saw here, and I only use that to cut the 5/8 inch square dowling rail that I've got on the bench, just to make my 45s on the bench. And back to the drills, the railing that I put on there, I pre-drilled the holes on the rail just to eliminate, when I screwed the rail down to the bench, that I would eliminate any cracking, and it worked perfect. I was real happy how that turned out. The stain I used is a Minwax wood finish stain, and the color is called Gunstock. To me, when you look at the bench, the stain really brought out the grain in this old plywood. I think it's beautiful. It's kind of rustic looking. It's a good color. You can use what you want to use, walnut or you know, whatever you like. This was my preference on gun stock. I had used it on some other items before. Some other screws that I used were just regular construction screws that I used to the floor flanges that I used underneath that the legs attached to. I used these screws to attach the floor flanges underneath the bench. And I used a couple different sizes, an inch and a half length screws. So then this here item is kitchen cabinet mat that you put inside your kitchen cabinets to protect the finish on them. I had a whole roll left here, and I cut out this and made a mat that fits right on top of the bench top, just to protect the wood from the tripod gun rest that I use. It's got some sharp points on the end. I'd rather have it dig into this than dig in the wood and mar up your brand new bench. So that's really about it for materials. We'll go back to the bench here now, and we'll talk about dimensions. So as far as dimensions go, we know in the beginning this was a 4x4 sheet of oak plywood. I cut it in half, screwed the two pieces together, and my screwing, you can see here, is they're 8 inches apart. Makes it look professional looking to me, and that worked real well. Here's the square doweling along here on the side and stuff. And then up front here, I have a 1 inch by 12 inch metal flat bracket that when I'm setting this up, I've got a torpedo level that's got a magnetic bottom on it, so the level sticks right to this steel plate. And when I set it up on the farm here last weekend, I could get the straight 90 degrees across, and then do all my other stuff, you know, setting up before I start shooting. The next dimension is from here to here is 14 inches, and then I measured up using my T-square. I come up, this from here to here is 19 inches, and then the measurement from this corner to this corner is 24.5 inches. And then your pencil marks that you marked off here, just drew a straight line across here, and then use my electric jigsaw to cut that piece out. That's it for pretty much on the top. Let's put this down on the side here. And then you can see right here are the floor flanges that I screwed in. And just to make note, I used washers to tip the floor flange so the legs would spread out farther. In doing this and also in reviewing, I'm going to add some more screws on here just to get the legs a little bit further apart. Right now, with my angle cube, these are at 6.5 degrees, so they're spread out, you know, 13 degrees. I want it just a little bit wider. The steel tubing legs come in, they're 1 inch by 36 inch lengths. I cut off 8.5 inches to get the height that I need for me. So when I stand this back up, when I measure from the cement floor here up to the top of my bench, It's 29 inches, and that works perfect. The 1-inch tubing is actually, the 1 inch is the inside diameter of the tubing. The outside width of the steel tubing is 1 inch and 9/16, which makes it, I feel, really good and strong, and you know, makes it real sturdy. That's about it there. I weighed the bench. It weighs 39 pounds, and that being said, I felt it's not too light and it's not too heavy. It's easy to maneuver around, and it offered real good stability. But like I said, I'm going to add a few more washers underneath here to spread the legs out just a little bit more. Right now I've got 3 washers underneath there. It gives me 3/16 of an inch rise on this floor flange, and I'm going to probably add 3 more and spread it out just a little bit more. So that's it there. Let's see. Let's see. That's about it there. And when she's all set up and stuff, I take my kitchen cabinet covering, and I'll lay this down on the top of my bench. I've got my spotting scope. And then I've got my all-layer leather bag and my front rest. And then I got my tripod rest that's got the spikes underneath. They dig into the matting here instead of into the wood and marring up the wood. So this is real tacky. It keeps these things from sliding around so much, and works out real good. If you notice that these are a little bit different color here, what I do is I take powdered graphite and I douse the bags here and stuff. It makes it nice and slippery. So you know, I take the sling off and then the studs off my gun when I'm shooting, and it just makes things slippery and allows the gun to slide you know, as it wants to. That's really about it. The other thing is, for a seat, I've got a 5-gallon pail with a camouflage spin seat on it. The other thing I'm going to do is go back to Menards where I bought all my materials, and I'm going to purchase the steel caps that I can screw onto the bottom of the legs and stuff. Instead of, they come with a plastic protector cover. I'm going to take them off and put on the steel caps on there, and make it more durable as far as how it sits on the ground. So anyway, this is Mossy Oak 404. I hope this helps you out if you're looking at building your own shooting bench, and replay it however you feel to get the dimensions and stuff, and go ahead and slap one together. You can, it's portable. Just take the legs off, throw it in the back of your car or your pickup box, and go to your own shooting range. I go down to the farm, got the whole place to myself, got a range down there, and now I've got my own bench. The old one was a solid one in the ground. The weather just took its toll on it over the last 12 years. I pulled her out of the ground, and then I commenced to building this new bench here. So this is Mossy Oak 404. You have a good one and good shooting. Take care now. We'll catch you later.